Hello, friend.
I want to share a message with everybody who's feeling stuck, feeling like they won't succeed, feeling like the world just bites too much, feeling like you're always just going to have to deal with more unfair or draining situations in your life. I know that feeling all too well, believe me, and I still feel it sometimes. And it can really snowball into real despair or hopelessness and send you to a dark place mentally. But I also know how to cope with it and overcome it. And with this video, I want to show you what has worked for me. Welcome to Pill Soul. My name is Ollie. So the other day I was thinking about what kind of video I should make. And so I thought about what I was thinking and feeling at the time, what I was dealing with. And I was thinking about a lot of stresses in life. And it was really wearing on me emotionally and mentally. And fortunately, I knew better than to let that drag me down to a worse place. I knew to get a hold of it before it went out of control and I started feeling really, really bad. I was dealing with a lot of really bad situations at work that never should have been allowed to happen, family issues and just personal life issues. I was making half the money at my job that I wanted to make and was told that I would be making, so I had plenty of excuses to feel bad about where I was. Now, I had already learned a lot in my life about resiliency and coping with tough times and coming back stronger than before. And I actually made last week's video in preparation for this one. I go really in depth with how I coped with the darkest, toughest times in my life. So if you're going through tough times right now, if that's something that you think will help you, I really recommend you check out that video. I didn't think I could really talk about this topic today without also covering that, so I made another video for it. Really recommend you check that out. But anyway, the other day I was able to avert the crisis of allowing myself to be sucked up into the emotional vortex of despair and hopelessness and all those bad feelings. And it's because I knew that these trials didn't need to slow me down. So what do I mean when I say that these trials don't need to slow me down? Well, it's the same basic principle as my Decide Your Non-Factors video, which I made a few weeks ago. It's a shorter video and it's more about taking specific steps for certain goals in your life, while this video is a bit more about general life and emotional state. But it's the same basic principle of taking control of your life and your emotions and not letting certain things impede you from doing good things in your life. I knew that while these trials were irritating and they were causing problems, ultimately that didn't prevent me from living my life with purpose and quality and success and happiness. Just because I'm not making the right money or whatever doesn't take away my ability to do what I can in my life. I can still take care of myself, I can still write, I can still do Phil Soul, I can still do these things, right? I don't have to let them slow me down. And by the way, doing something good, oftentimes creative, doing something that fulfills you, right? Doing something good will help you feel better about yourself and where you are in life. That helps. Anyway, so those trials, ultimately, they are annoyances that only have power over me if I give them power, right? Especially the things I can't change. And of course, if there are problems going on, you might want to take action, take steps against them, try to change them. That can be a very, very good thing, of course, depending on the situation. That's a very broad term, I know, but it's still healthy to accept the reality whether you can change it or not. You have to acknowledge and accept reality before you can change reality. And accepting this reality allows you to grow within it. And that's not to say that it's very easy for me. I have to maintain this outlook deliberately. It's still very easy to be brought down, to be discouraged, to be in an unhappy, unproductive state. But do me a favor and ask yourself, does being stressed out serve you? Being stressed out doesn't earn you points. It doesn't make you more productive. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because I had to learn it too. Being conscious of your goals makes you productive, right? And you can do that without letting yourself be unhappy. And this is something I've done. I've seen many people do this. We kind of believe that we need to be stressed out and unhappy with our situations in order for us to want to achieve these goals or whatever. And that's simply not the case. I find I'm less productive when I feel pressured and I feel stressed out and unhappy. When I'm happy, then I have more motivation to do these things, right? They're two different concepts. I can still be happy with my life and still be conscious of my goals to achieve what I want to achieve or to prevent what I want to prevent. It's called being blissfully dissatisfied, and that is a concept that is talked about a lot by one of my chief role models, Mylett. I really recommend you check him out. So these trials are perfect practice for me to be above the trials. If it's stressful for me, that just means that's an area where I need to grow. That's an area that I need to grow in to be a better person, right? Because as I am victorious over these things, these are now things that don't have power over me. I become a stronger, better, happier person, and I'm able to live a better, stronger, happier life. I'm able to overcome future challenges and serve others better. That is a good thing. So, fun fact, the morning that I started writing my notes for this video, which was July the 23rd, today I'm filming on August 1st, and it probably won't be posted for about a month after I finish recording it. The morning I was writing these notes, I went to the movies with my family, and I immediately went to work afterward, and I immediately quit before even clocking in. And no, I did not plan on doing that when I walked through the door. Basically, those stressful work situations I was talking about, which I wrote my notes for this before this happened, those situations just got worse. It got really bad. It reached the point, while I did not allow it power over my mental state, over my emotions, it did reach a point where it served me more to not work there, so I quit on the spot. And I suppose it was a long time coming. Hi, Olive. My cat is meowing. I'll spare the specifics, but I was yelled at, I was cussed at, I was made fun of, I was lied to, I was wrongly accused, and I was shown a particular finger. And that was all by management. And thus, the production of this video took a very interesting turn. It went with coping with working this job to coping with quitting this job, and why in the same day. So, of course, I didn't like the stuff that happened, and it would still pop into my head, the things that were said or whatever, and it would be easy to get frustrated. But I'm keeping the attitude that I'm talking about in this video. I didn't let it slow me down. And so I'm actually kind of over it just over a week after it happening. This is the type of thing that would have wrecked me for weeks. I would have been really upset and hurt and whatever. But I realize it doesn't have to be that way. And I didn't let, this is one thing I didn't let my emotions be so invested in it to the point of being crushed if it didn't work out, right? Which it didn't work out. I quit. I was able to still care about my job and doing a good job, while also not staking my happiness on it. And that's a very important distinction I've learned. Ultimately, people are going to do what they're going to do, and I now have time to work on Philsoul. I can spend my time on better things. I honestly believe my time is more valuable than doing that job, which is kind of sad, I think. But anyway, and of course, at the time of making this video, I'm still looking for a new job, but I'm able to realize that even though I don't have a job, I'm not making money right now, and my resume could look better, there's still hope. There's still the possibility, every possibility, that this is for my best interest, even though I'm not making money and all this stuff, right? And I'm keeping this attitude. It allows me to be happy and bouncy and make Philsoul and really enjoy myself. And there's still hope, right? There's still hope. It's just that sometimes we have to be responsible and take initiative for finding that hope, but it is there. When I don't have hope, it makes it harder for me to find hope. But when I put my foot down and I choose to take control of my life, I take control of my happiness, my emotions, I can bring myself into a state that serves me, that allows me to live and be productive. And my mind still goes back and forth, but when I remember these lessons, I can then live a purposeful, happy life. I can enjoy living, even if I'm not making money or whatever. And of course, I'm still trying to fix it. I'm still trying to get a new job. But in the meantime, I can still live a good, happy life. For example, this video is filmed probably about a month before I'm posting it, because I'm really ahead of schedule now that I have this time, and I feel great, and I'm able to make this content that I'm happy with. And I'm not going to go much farther than this, because if it's much older than a month, then my content is just kind of old by the time I post it. But point is, I'm actually feeling really great right now because of these lessons, and that is a lot better than just being crushed, which has happened before after I quit my other job. Anyway, I really hope that this helped you out, and please feel free to share in the comments what helps you keep yourself in your purposeful, productive, happy, loving state. I would love to hear it. I'd really appreciate it, and so will someone else. And remember, you can leave any sort of feedback or questions in the comments. I really appreciate it. I'll definitely read it. And make sure to own your life. Thank you so much for listening. I'd love to hear your advice from your experiences in the comments. We're all growing together, and it's very appreciated. You can click subscribe and then the bell icon to be notified every time I post a video. I post every Friday. Feel free to share Philisol with anyone you think will find it helpful. I want to help as many people as I can. Check out the channel page for lots more videos and other channels that I really enjoy. Until next time, much love.